Hello and welcome to today's video as we cover the games that took place today, right? We have all 6 regions playing once again. Uh, Saturday, Sundays are really busy games, busy days with all the games. Actually, today is a little easier than yesterday, 2 less series to discuss. Predictions went 7 and 5 today, I believe, something like that. It was a rough one. It was a rough one in predictions. We had 5 upsets based on the power rankings. A couple that were definitely more significant than others. And we'll talk about that. So first we have Nongshim DNS. Nongshim are 32nd in the power rankings. DNS 12th. Nongshim win. Nongshim are turning it around. They had a rough LCK Cup and it only continued. It never got better. It never got better. But now we're on the right track here. Sponge 11-3-25, 86 KP. King in 27% of the team's damage in top lane. Now, interestingly enough, those are where the stats are like extremely highlighted, right? Best KDA, best kill participation, damage share. Who's dealing the damage, who's involved, who's not dying. 3 real important stats. But where Nongshim really found advantages are with their 2 Barons and the bot lane duo. So here we have 5-4 in Drakes, 2-1 in Barons, resulting in a roughly 60-40 split in terms of gold control. Now, Nongshim averaged 2,500 gold a power play, which isn't great. 2586 is not great by any means, but it is better than 1290, which is what DNS had with their Baron. The bot lane duo averaging a 1360 gold lead of 15 minutes, which is significant. That is what kept them in the games. Because really, we look at the top side, DNS, closer, 9-7-7, 32% of the team's damage, had 2 solo kills. Pioshik, 68 KP, had a solo kill. Taeyoon and Peter both had solo or 2v2 kills in this matchup. Now, the top side of the Rift, slightly in Dudu's favor, only 140 gold, that's whatever. But the mid-jungle duo combined for an 867 gold lead, Pioshik and Closer. You factor in the top lane, really, Nongshim had a lead as a result of Taeyoon and Lehens, but it was only like 300, 400 gold, but it kept them afloat and resulted in the 2-0 win. Gen.G, BFX, Gen.G win this 2-0. They're ahead for 63 of, well, almost a 60-40 split as well, 63-37. They took 5 of 9 Drakes, only needed 1 Baron to win this series. 3,234 gold with that power play. They're ahead in all 4 areas of the Rift. Keen 3-2 and 28. Ruler had 3 solo 2v2 kills, 28% of the team's damage, 86 kill participation. The bot lane duo with a 1,149 gold lead on average. Vikla 6-5-10, 89 KP. Diable 27% of the team's damage. Canyon, Chovy, and Clear also had solo kills. Doing the math here, about a 2,300 gold lead on average for Gen.G at 15 minutes. SoftBank Hawks CFO, this has got to be, and I tweeted it out when I saw it this morning, this might be the most lopsided best of 3 in history. And somebody, of course, thought it meant upset because they're an LJL fan, and an LJL team did something, so they had a moment where they could just, like, be kind of cringe. But 35-1 in kills. Absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. I mean, something that should not happen. Something that makes you definitely scratch your head and wonder, with the match fixing things going on. CFO were a great team last year. I understand they've made a lot of roster changes, but 2 of 5 remain. Shadow is not a bum. Like in the LPL, he went to playoffs last year, went on a deep run. Hell, BLG went to Worlds. So Shadow is not a bum. Now, 2274, he might be a bum. Pengyan might be a bum. But the other 3 are not. Not 35-1, where the only kill Doggo gets is at the end of a game that was a bullshit kill that don't even, like, he gets a solo 2v2 kill because technically the only assist was to 2274 and it was on Vista. But really, it was a bullshit kill that didn't make a fucking difference. I mean, I don't know what happened here, but if you are in CFO, in any sort of capacity to have control to investigate what the fuck happened here, you should be investigating it, because that is so outrageously terrible. 35-1 in kills. Now, in terms of gold, because CFO had two Drakes early on in a game, it actually was an 80-20 split, which makes it not the most lopsided series in gold control. But in terms of kills, like 35-1 is fucking insane. SoftBank Hawks averaged 4,300 a gold a power play. Van won 17-0-13. His Lee Sin in game 2 just slapped the shit out of CFO. 88 KP. Arya 30% of the team's damage. Doggo 130. 31 damage share. 100 KP. I mean, I don't know what the fuck to say. I mean, honestly, you look at this. 379, 1404, 1351, 1488, 2839, 4243. We're looking at like a 4,700 gold lead at 15 minutes on average. It's just a damn joke. And it resulted in a lot of, I mean, SoftBank Hawks moved up not that much, but CFO dropped quite a bit in the power rankings because of this abysmal series. I don't know. I mean, it's like somebody has to answer for what happened to not make it look like there was match fixing. Like somebody can't just say, oh, well, you know, he had it. No, nobody's ever had that in my... I mean, I haven't watched since day one. In a best of 3, I don't know if I've ever seen a kill score 35 times more kills for one team than the other. I don't even think I've seen that internationally. And we have some poo-poo the foo, like minor regions playing against LCK and LPL on occasion. GAM and Team Secret Wales. Team Secret Wales win 2-0 in a 76-25 split. 6-2 in Drakes. They took 2 Barons. BA had a 2v2 kill, 2236, 81 KP. Team Secret Wales averaged 4,000 gold a power play. Dyer had a solo kill, 27% of the team's damage. This isn't to say it was overly dominant by Team Secret Wales. GAM did have the lead on the top side of the rift. Taki had a 2v2 killer solo kill, 3714, 85 KP. Kiaya into Pun. They split. They traded solo kills. Kiaya did deal 33% of his team's damage. Histo had a solo kill of his own for TSW. Top side of the rift, technically 120 gold in the lead for GAM on average. Is that significant? No, but it is something to note that the top side really wasn't the issue necessarily. The mid lane matchup, 1,081 gold for Dyer over Arrest. Arrest is not very good in my opinion. That's just how it is. That's how I see it. That's how I've seen it for a while. That like laning wise, he just, yeah, he can make highlight plays, this and that, but if he's behind 1,000 gold at 15 minutes on average, and he's behind half an item, like, okay, now what? Bot lane duo, slightly ahead for Eddie BA. JDG, BLG went 2-1. Took 9 of 14 Drakes. Only needed 1 Baron. JDG had 2. For some reason I didn't write down. I know I made note of the power plays, but did not write them down. Knight had 2 solo kills, 23 and 19, 29% of the team's damage, 72 KP. Gala, 2v2 solo kill, 8-7-12. Honkyu, 26% of the team's damage. Vampire had a solo 2v2 kill, 84 KP. Bin, in game 3 on Renekton, had 4 solo kills. One of the better Renekton games you'll see, honestly. Not only that, he had 4 solo kills, but there were a couple of fights where he like 75-0 people. A big difference maker. Definitely what won them game 3. On average, a 500 gold lead over Zhaozhu. Mid-jungle duo did go to JDG on average. About a 372 gold lead, but bot side kind of 269 for Viper on. So 500 gold lead or 400 500 gold lead on average for BLG in this one. It was close. It was close. Top Esports, anyone's legend. Top Esports won 2-0. They took 2 of 8 Drakes and 1 of 3 Barons. Macro-wise, were not very strong. However, they did win. I thought anyone's legend would win, especially how poorly Top Esports played in their last series. I do have people telling me that anyone's legend got smashed. Like that. Like, we can't say that's smashed, like, in that smash. Like, our standards are way too low on our hyperbolic, descriptive words to describe how these series went on. But regardless, Top Esports did win. Anyone's Legend had 21 kills at minimum. Better than that, Cal had 91 KP. But Cream, 5-2-18, 27% of the team's damage. Tian, 83 kill participation. Cal, 1-5-20, 91 kill participation. And Hope, 27 damage share. Zuan into Flandre, surprisingly enough, had 2 solo kills. I did not expect that to be the case. Flandre had been playing very well. He'd been playing very well last split, in my opinion, as well. But Zuan showed up in a big way, averaging a 1950 gold lead at 15 minutes. I mean, clearly Top Esports went to the top side, but regardless, Flandre did not find a way to mitigate that pressure and to have value. Lose the lane gracefully. So 1950 gold lead plus 1283 for Tian, 330 for Cream. Jackie Love and Feng Yu both had 2v2 kills. But really, I mean, the bot lane duo of Hope and Cal, 209 gold lead, so they weren't the issue. It was the top side, and clearly Top Esports had a plan, because on average, we're looking at a 32-33, so 3,500 to 3,600 gold lead at 15 minutes on average. But Anyone's Legend did take a lot of Drakes, so they traded pressure for Drakes. It would have been interesting to see the gold chart, but we don't have it for the LPL on Game of Legends. But it would be interesting to see how that gold chart actually looked minute by minute as Drakes were taken and this pressure was created on the top side of the Rift. Barons, top 2,600 gold. Anyone's Legend, 2,700 gold per power play. GiantX and SK. Close series, 55-45 split. One of the more closer series we had today. It might be the closest one. A 2-0. The Drakes are split 5-5. It took GiantX 4 Barons to finish this series. It was difficult. SK did give them all they could handle. SK has shown actually I was going to say very much, but that's not how to word this. SK have shown, at least in spring, to do very well at keeping the opponents from ending with Baron, I guess. Just really, really finding a way to mitigate the impact, the penalty kill, if you will, of the Baron power play. Because GiantX took 4 Barons. It's 36-47 gold, but they couldn't really finish with them. Jackie's 10-0-25, 30 damage share. Isma, 82 KP. Top side of the Rift going to GiantX. Mid-jungle duo with 1,300 gold lead. Those are the 2 players we're talking about there. Mickey X had 2 solo 2v2 kills, 4, 7, and 20. 92 KP. Yopa had a 2v2 kill or solo kill, 35 damage share. And that resulted in SK's bot lane actually being had 277 gold on average. Noah and June did struggle in that matchup in general, and all that transpires in pressure. But if we ward correctly, etc., we can kind of limit that pressure and find a way to counter it. So that is a thing. Noah did have a 2v2 kill of his own, or a solo kill, I guess. So yeah, that's the thing. GiantX do win, but SK did give them a fight for sure, especially the bot lane duo. G2 and Fnatic, this is of course one of the more lopsided upsets of the day. Fnatic winning 2-1, ranked 33rd, G2 3rd. Drake 7-6 for Fnatic. They took 3 of 4 Barons and were ahead for about 64% of this series. Upset had 2 solo 2v2 kills, going 15-1 and 16. 29% of the team's damage. Razork, 73 KP. The team averaged about 3,200 gold a power play. G2, when they had their 1 Baron, were very successful, resulted in them winning the game. 6,322 gold ahead. Caps was ahead at 15 minutes on average throughout this series. It might have been only 85 gold, but he was ahead as everyone else struggled. He went 4-3 and 6. Hansama, 28 damage share. Skuman, solo kill, 78 KP. Vladi and Lebrav both had solo 2. Well, Vladi had a solo, but Lebrav solo or 2v2 kill in this one. Empros did very well into BB. We're looking at a 655 gold lead, 393 for Razork. Upset and Lospa, 668 ahead. So really, on average, you're looking at 1,500 gold lead for Fnatic across these 3 games. Fnatic were the better team. G2 obviously, G2 regular season G2 are not playoffs G2, and we know that for certain. And that's why they are so successful internationally, in my opinion. That's that sort of scrimming on stage, trying things out, letting things we're working on this and that, and wins and losses don't matter quite as much. in the regular season. So, Fnatic win, and that is one of the bigger upsets. We got that upset, that upset, that, of course, I don't know. That was a fucking joke. So, that's it for this. Now on to the rest. Okay, it's now for CBLOL and LCS. This is updated for everything but this series. These stats came out last, and I was not going to wait for Oracle's Elixir any longer than I had to. These stats will be impacting tomorrow's power rankings. Shopify is not going to move up above 51st based on really how the tier ranking works in these power rankings. If you suck, like, and you're in a region that is not very good in the first place, you've got to really dig yourself out of that hole. And so winning this matchup, I mean, very lopsidedly is going to move them up, I think. But it won't move them up very far. There is a break point there between 50 and 51 due to the fact the LEC is so much better internationally than LCS, LCP, and especially CBLOL. So Los and Leviton. Los win 2-0. We're ahead for 83% of this series. One of the more one-sided series of the day. Not like this one, though, or this one. These two are much more, but this still is, in gold control, farther off. I mean, a bigger spread than CFO and the Hawks, which is insane. But regardless, Lowe's took 3 of 7. Drakes took 2 Barons, got only 2,060 gold to power play, but didn't need it. They were just outright better. Feisty 6-2-18. Duda 3 solo 2v2 kills, 28% of damage. Ackerman 82 KP. Snacker, 2 solo 2v2 kills, 4-6-5, 28% of the team's damage. Toplop had a solo 2v2 kill, 63 KP. So the bot lane duos with 6 combined, very aggressive bot lane matchup, result in a 600 gold lead on average for Los. Really look across the entirety, 972 plus 909, about an 1900 gold lead at 15 minutes on average for Los. And here, something interesting. Zest, 4 solo kills. He had 2 each games. Devost in game 2 had 2 of his own. That top lane matchup, very hectic. Very hectic. But Zest did get the better of Devost, which is not a big shock. Vivo key stars Furia. Furia win 2-0 in dominant fashion. They took 6 of 9 Drakes. They took all 3 Barons. Were ahead for 93% of the minutes played. Furia, I put out a tweet while I was waiting for these stats. Mainly because of this team. So, Furia, in a fairy tale world, because we don't live in Never Neverland, if all regions were equal, Furia literally, domestically, are crushing Brazil. Absolutely crushing Brazil. They are the 5th strongest team in the world domestically. The only other teams that are dominating Gen.G in Korea, BLG in China, Team Secret Whales in LCP, and G2 in Europe. Then Furia, in terms of dominating domestically. Unfortunately, Furia could not get the job done in playoffs, had that one blip, because they don't obviously have a 100% win rate, right? That one blip in playoffs knocks them out, right? And it puts Loud in their place at an international event that fucking matters. Not that America's Cup bullshit where we don't have LCK, LPL, LEC, and LCP there where it really fucking matters. So, when Loud go to an international event and they shit the bed, just like CBLOL had shit the bed last year, now Furia were competitive at MSI, but they lost regardless. And then BKS lost all but once. They beat PSG. So the last 3 international events, Furia and CBLOL combined, Furia are a part of it. CBLOL are 1-7 in series. They're the worst region internationally over those 3 events where everybody is there. So unfortunately, Furia end up in a situation where they're ranked 29th and dominating Brazil, like dominating Brazil. Only 4 other teams are more dominant domestically. So Furia need to win and then go to MSI and actually help. They need to save Brazil, at least in terms of international hierarchy of things. Because this ain't going to work. Well, how Los even are higher than Loud. We see Loud are 46th. They put together a good week and you can say, oh, well, they're still winning Envy, this and that. Well, they keep digging out of that hole that they were dug into by Mago. But Regardless, that is the thing. Because Tatu, 14-1-15, 78 KP. We see the kid talking a lot of shit after the series. That's nice. He talks shit during the series. Before the series, he just loves talking shit. That's fine. Gigo, 23 damage share. Led the team. That's extremely low. That goes to show everybody dealt damage is a quick series. Furia, 4,200 gold ahead. Sayo, 253. Weiser, 30% of the team's damage. Did have a solo kill. 89 KP. But here we have Furia had 827 gold, 1255, about a 2,000 gold lead on average between these two games. Kaiwing hit a 2v2 kill of his own. Like I said, Furia 4,200 gold of power play. Furia were the much better team today. Team Liquid FlyQuest. I thought FlyQuest would win this. I figured, well, they have young players. Maybe they come out with something special. They lost in about roughly 60-40 split. Drakes were split 6-6. Team Liquid took 2 of 3 Barons. Fly did do very well with their Baron, 5,400 gold. Liquid averaged 3,100 with theirs. Jose Deodo, disgusting. 3 solo kills, 25 and 27. 80% of the team's kill participation. Statistically, in terms of gold, only up 18 gold on average over Griffin, though, which is a shock. Yeon, 2 solo 2v2 kill, 26% of the team's damage. Masu for Fly had 5 solo 2v2 kills. 17, 12, 10, 27% of the team's damage. Cryogen, 78 KP. The bot side of the Rift for FlyQuest were up about 1,000 gold at 15 minutes on average. So it was not the bot lane duo. They got the team ahead, but Quid up 942 gold. We see Morgan, 823 gold ahead. We have not talked a lot about Morgan. Morgan Kai is just flying under the radar, which is probably not great. Gakko's had a solo kill, Quid and Core JJ as well, but about 1,000 gold lead or 900 gold lead on average for Team Liquid in this series. Dignitas, Shopify wiped the floor with them in a 95-5 split. Dignitas only leading for a couple minutes in an early game because they took the first Drake. Otherwise, it was 7-1, 2-0. Shopify averaged 4,500 of power play. Contracts, solo kill 8-0-21. B-Boy, 2 solo 2v2 kills, 36% of the team's damage. Seos, 85 KP. Photon, solo kill 3-2-4. Reminds me of when he was playing with Vitality and Bo. Photon is just like on these teams that suck, and he's just kind of biding his time. FBI, 27 damage here, 73 KP. Fudge and XU solo kills. We look over here. I mean, B-Boy, Seos averaged about a 3,000 gold lead at 15 minutes. By themselves. We really combine all this. We're looking at like literally a 5,000 to 5,100 gold lead at 15 minutes for Shopify. 5,100 gold. Dignitas just didn't show up today, but they showed up better than CFO in my opinion. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.